Hi everybody, I thought I'd go over some of the strength exercises that we're going to do on Monday. So we're going to do a squat, okay? So with the squat we have our feet slightly more than hip distance apart. And what we're going to do is simultaneously we're going to drive our hips back, but also our knees are going to bend at the same time. Okay, so we're not just going to be putting our butt back and we're not just going to be bending our knees, okay? We're going to put our butt back, knees forward, same time, feet hip distance apart. If able to, keep your feet facing forward. Squeeze your tummy, squeeze it. So you're going, did you see how my knees are going forward at the same time? So if I just did my butt, I'm going to go in a kind of a lordosis kind of thing. Arch in the back, bit of anterior tilt. Just going to do my knees, I'm just going down straight down. So we need to do both at the same time. A bit of the butt, a bit of the knees, keeping the back straight. Now I'm hoping that my back is in line, my trunk is in line with my shins, because that's what we're looking to do, okay? So try and keep your stomach tight all the way through as you're going down. So I like to have my hands here, but it's hard if you have your hands back here. So just starting off with, I'm just going to keep my hands there to start off with, keeping my spine in line all the time. That doesn't rhyme, but I tried. If you find that when you go down, you end up moving your feet out and that makes you able to go down a bit more, that just shows that you need some ankle mobility. Okay, try and keep your ankles, your feet facing forward as much as you can, and going down as far as you can. Now in that test that we did the other day, you see if you can get yourself down so that it was an overhead squat, wasn't it? But I'm just doing mine like this for now. If you get your hips past your knees, so if you're doing overhead one, it's quite with a barbell on your back, it's quite hard to get that hip. So do you see how I sort of go forward then? So I might have even failed myself. So, but we're just on Monday, we're just going to keep our head going forward, going up and down. Okay, split squat. So, we've got the squat, we've got the split squat. Now, your feet can be hip width apart, or they can be together. Okay, we're just going to get your balance first. So, you've got your feet facing forward. So your feet are facing forward. The back foot, I've got the ball of my foot on the ground, okay? And what I'm going to do is my hips are going to go down and coming up. You can pretend you've got 2 buckets of water in your hand and you're just going to bend your back leg and up. Now if you can get it, so that there's 2 right angles in your leg, so the right angle of the back leg, right angle of the front leg, that's brilliant. But if you're not able to get that far, that's okay. What I don't want you doing is going forward, okay? Now, our hips are going to go straight down. Now you can, if you want to, have a hinge at your hips, but you're still going straight down when you're doing the move. You don't have to have your hands down there, you can have your hands anywhere you like. Okay, so you're going to do that both sides. Best do a couple of this side just to even it up, hadn't I? There we go, 2 on that side. I'll do some more later. Press ups, oh dear, press ups. I don't like them. You can see this, can't you? So, yeah, I have to move some stuff off it. You can do it against a wall. Obviously on Monday we won't have a wall unless we have a few trees maybe. But you can practice against a wall, so you can, obviously the closer you are to the wall, the easier it's going to be. So I'm just going to, what I want you to do is your hands again facing forward. So we're not having our hands not going to be like this, they're going to be facing forward. And you're going to try and keep your elbows in as much as possible as you're doing the push-up, okay? Now if you eccentrically move lower to the ground and then concentrically push quite hard, you're more likely to get DOMS the next day because you're eccentrically using other muscles. But we can work on that as future comes. So the wall, so you've got or the counter. You can have your feet on the ground or on your tiptoes, doesn't really matter. The further away you are, the harder it's going to be. So you're bending your elbows, again, tummy tight. Bending your elbows keeping your back in line and then pushing up. Bending your elbows, keeping your back in line so your tummy's tight all the time. Pushing up. So we're not letting our hips sag forward or bum in the air. Okay? We can do that on the ground as well. So we're going to do it to your ability on Monday. All right, there's plenty of different ways. So what you can do, the next one from here is actually on the knees. Okay, so you start in the full plank, you go to your knees, you can uncurl your toes or have your feet up there, it doesn't matter. And you're going to do the same principle again. So you're going to have your elbows in, squeezing that tummy, so you're not letting your body roll forward. So you're squeezing your tummy, so you're letting yourself go down just as far as you need to go, pushing up. If you're able to go all the way down, that's even better, pushing up. So that's fine. If you find that you can do that, you can go to the next stage. So we can get into a full push-up position, keeping our stomach really, really tight. Bending the elbows only, going as far down as we can. If you want, you can then rest on the floor, and then you can get into your knee position, push up from the knee position for the next stage, and then get back in to your all four, lower yourself down, get into your, push up to your knee position, and then push up. That's the next stage. I need to have a break, okay? And the last stage, or not the last stage, another stage is pushing a full push-up. Okay, then there are progressions as well after this, which we can do. And I'm sure there'll be some of you that will be able to do these quite easily. So I do apologise. So, again, my hands are shoulder width apart. They can be further apart, work your chest more. When you can do progressions like this in the future, it'll work the triceps more. I like to have mine just under my shoulders at the moment. So got a nice line, so my hips are not sagging down like that. Oh, they're in, I know they're not. And my bum's not in the air like this. I'm nice and in line. And I'm going to lower myself, just bending my elbows to the floor and then pushing up. That was quite a slow push-up, so I'm not that strong with my push-ups, I do apologise. But I'll just demonstrate one more so you can go far down as you can. If you can only get to halfway, that's fine. And so I like to get all the way down to the ground and then push up, okay? But as you see, I'm not lowering my body like that. I'm keeping it straight at all times. And a good thing to practice that is doing a long arm plank, okay? To practice keeping your body in line. So we're going to go on to the planks next. So I've got the long arm plank that I just showed you. So you're keeping your arm and you're keeping your body all in line. Practice that once you're able to do that well. So we'll have a little go on Monday. You might need to stay on your knees, that's absolutely fine. We're getting ourselves stronger, doesn't matter. We'll go into the short arm plank as well. So now, I like to have my fists closed. Some people like to have their hands like that on the floor. Other people have their arms palm facing up. But I like to have my, so the same principle again, keeping your back in line, and we've got a long, it's kind of a line all the way from the head, all the way through to the toes, pushing your toes in the ground, keeping your stomach tight. So progression from the long arm plank and then the short arm plank. If you're able to get from one to the other, keeping your body in line all the time, I'm trying to swap it over, that will help you with your push-up, keeping your body in line as you're pushing up. Okay, there are other variations which I'll show you as well in the week, this week. Glute bridge is the next one. Oh, thank you. Now, my glute bridge is not, that I can't bend this knee. It won't bend anymore. I can't get my heel to my butt. It'll hurt and I'll scream and I'll cry if it was forced to do so, due to an old injury I did with skiing many, many years ago. So but the closer your heel is to your butt, the less your hamstrings are going to work in the glute bridge, and maybe the more your glutes will actually work. Okay, so what you're going to do, you're on your back, your knees are closest to your butt, hands on the ground. What you're going to do, you're going to squeeze
squeeze your bum, lift and your hips to the, so you're in line from your quads all the way through to your shoulders, and you're going to hold that there, 1, 2, 3, and come down. What I like to do as well is I like to hold it there, but then I like to open, close the legs, and then come back down. Squeeze, come back down, squeeze, come back down. Okay, I should have added the glute bridge in after the press up, but I decided to show the plank. And then last one that we're going to do this week is a side plank, and again we've got different variations. Okay, so we can do it on the knee with the knee bent. Your elbow is to go underneath your shoulder. Okay, you can have a hand here to keep you rooted or secure. So your body's in line, and then what you're going to do is you're going to lift up. So you've got a nice line going from, if you're on your knees, from your knees all the way up, keeping this nice and strong. The progression from there is you can have your foot out, can't see my foot, and you can have another foot there. Okay, so again you've got your elbow under there, and again we're going to push up. If you're able to put your hand in the air like you just don't care, that's even better. So we've got a nice line from our foot all the way through to our head. If you need to have your hand down there, that's fine, just to keep you support. Okay, and then the other progression, let me just go this way first. That's it. That's it, I think. Can't remember. And the other progression is, well, there's the one, the long arm one, like this. That's a nice one to do before we're doing the future. But we're going to do it short arm. We're going to progress to the short arm. Is again, so we've got a nice long line. Some people like to have the feet on top of each other. Some people like to have one foot in front of the other. But we're going to keep that nice line all the way from the feet through to the shoulders. Okay? And that was jerking. And then we can progress with some thrusts later on. So the first 4 weeks we're going to try and strengthen our bodies up, and then in the latter 4 weeks we're going to try and keep that strength, but then we're going to add in more agility. But we're not saying we're not going to have any agility in the first 4 weeks. We will have some, but we're going to add more in the latter 4 weeks. With strength comes power. We'll also be adding in lots of mobilisation drills with the foam rollers, what have you as well. So look out for those. Okay, so Monday we've got a good rab warm up, lots and lots of warm up. We've got a good 10-minute warm up, get our body all ready for the exercise ahead. So R's to raise our heartbeat and get the blood circulating around our body. A is to amplify our muscles. M is to mobilise our joints, and P is to prepare and potentiate the body for the exercise ahead. Okay, I'll see you on Monday, if not before, with another video maybe.